So today I'm going to talk about how you know when a design is finished. So like I said, I spend a lot of time chucking ideas down in sketch pads, and basically I think the answer to this one is really special, and one of those things where it's like that's where I get faith to keep doing what I'm doing. Like I kind of believe that uh, I'm meant to be doing this work as a furniture maker. Maybe it's because I live in Byron Bay and we're all a bit esoteric up here, but I really feel like I make this work because I can't not do it. I'm really driven to do what I do. I feel like I suppose I'm good at it. And yeah, there's these moments where I have an idea, I start sketching, and a lot of the time I don't really know what I'm doing. It's kind of like the hint or like the scent of something that I'm trying to follow, this loose thread, and I'm just pulling at it, sketching. And yeah, it might come really quickly, or it might take hours and hours with the sketch pad, but eventually I'm doing something and it kind of like it starts to take shape. There's this feeling where it kind of clicks together inside of me. And I don't know whether this was always this way. Maybe it's probably definitely something that's been developed over years and years of sketching regularly. But basically you sketch until I'm like, holy shit, I'm frothing on this. I really like that. And it ignites something in me where again, it's like I have to explore this, like I'm a furniture maker, and what does a furniture maker do? They freaking, I make furniture. So yeah, how I know what design is finished, it's intimate, man. It's something that, again, like I said, it probably takes years and years of experience, and I'm pretty grateful that I've got that experience, and it's something that just comes naturally for me today. But yeah, so once I've done with the sketching, I chuck it up in CAD. Once I'm CAD up top in the office. And again, you kind of know, like I feel like sketching is really the starting point. It's kind of like writing down all the ingredients for cooking, and then I don't know, CAD's probably when you start mixing the dough, or I don't know, it's a terrible analogy, but basically from sketching to CAD, a CAD again is kind of like another point where this idea that I've got, that I'm frothing on, that I really want to see come together, I put it in CAD, and more than often, I don't know if there ever is not, but more than often it changes again, like that design evolves because in CAD I'm able to clearly see scale. Obviously with my drawings, my sketchings, they're not that basic, but they're pretty basic, and the distances and the dimensions and the scales, I kind of have a rough idea, but CAD really shows the dimensions and scale and proportions clearly, so I can see how a piece works. And again, it's kind of like I'm working away in CAD, I'm refining this, I'm changing that, I'm like, oh, that the leg might not meet the backrest properly, and there might need to be a curve in there to make that happen. And then I put that curve in and I'm like, holy cow, how did I not think of that? So a lot of the time, just going through the process of making some of the design process, more comes too. For me, it's never like the design arrives and I just make it. For me, it's like there's a scent, there's something in the air. I'm trying to follow that intuition, that thread, and eventually through pairing away, through like working through it, this thing takes form in front of me until I get to the point where I'm happy with it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the times I follow that intuition and I'm freaking not happy with it, So I might even get a sketch that I really like, and I'm trying to resolve it in CAD, trying to make it, how does this piece going to come together? And I can't find a way. I think for me, I always refer back to the design triangle, which is, I feel like there's three elements that make good design, and that's aesthetics, ergonomics, and construction. So how something looks, how it feels, as in the ergonomics, how it functions, how it's supposed to work, and then how it's made. So I can have something that looks really cool that I want to explore, but then I draw it up in CAD and I realize, man, proportionately, it looks cool like that, but that's not going to be comfortable. And I know that from years of experience of making. Now that's just become like an intuition that I can draw on, or experience that I can draw on. And then the other side is construction. So it looks really cool. Those proportions are going to work, and ergonomically, I feel like that's going to feel good. But how the heck am I going to put that all together? And that's the challenge, man. That's the stuff that I love. And when those three elements come together and I'm happy, that's when you know that the design is finished. That's it. You.